In this video, I will show you how to graph a circle when you're given the equation, and I'll show you how to write an equation of a circle if you're given the graph or some other information. First of all, you need to understand that in standard form, the equation of a circle looks like this: x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. In this form, the h and the k are the center of the circle. All right, so the center of the circle is h comma k. And the radius, of course, is r. So what that means is when you're looking at a problem that's written in standard form, this first number is going to be the h. It's the first coordinate of the center. But it's opposite sign. That's what this minus really means when you're looking at an equation. A negative in an equation really means the opposite sign. So this plus 4 means that I'll have a negative 4 coordinate, and this minus 2 means I will have a positive 2 coordinate. You just change the signs, and there's the center. Now, the radius. Remember that this 25 is really r squared. So think about it. If r squared is 25, what's r going to be? Well, r is going to be 5 because mentally you're taking the square root of both sides. So the radius is 5 and the center is negative 4 comma 2. So if I go to negative 4 comma 2 and put a dot, that's going to be my center. Because the radius is 5, that means if I go up 5, I should be on the circle. Okay, so if I go up 5, I'm here. If I go to the right 5, again, I should be on the circle. If I go to the left 5, I should be on the circle. And if I go down 5, I should be on the circle. All right, if I go 5 in any direction, the radius is 5, so that should put me on the circle. That allows me to see where the circle goes. So now I just need to draw a circle through these points. All right, so there's my circle. So moving on to problem number 2. When I look at this y squared, just understand that this would be the same thing as y minus 0 squared. So we're going to do the same thing that we did before. The center, the first coordinate is going to come from this, but it's got to be the opposite, so it'll be positive 1. The second coordinate of the center is this 0. So 1 comma 0 is the center. This is the radius squared. So that means the radius must be 8 because the radius has got to be the square root of that 64, which is 8. All right, so just like before, I'm going to start by putting a dot at the center, which is 1 comma 0. That's going to be right there. Okay, so if I go 8 to the right, I'm on the circle. If I go 8 up or 8 down, I'm on the circle. If I go 8 to the left, I'm on the circle. So now I'm just going to draw my circle through these 4 points. Okay, so there's my circle. Okay, so again, this would be the same thing as having x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared is equal to 4. So that means the center is 0 comma 0, all right, because of the x squared and the y squared, that's really 0 and 0. The radius is going to be 2, all right? The radius squared was 4, so the square root gives us 2. So the center is at the origin, 0 comma 0. Since the radius is 2, that means if I go 2 in any direction, that puts me on the circle. So that means I'm just going to have the tiniest of tiny circles. Should be something like that. Okay, now for problem number 4, we are given the graph, and this time we're being asked to find the center, the radius, and write the equation. So first of all, you can just look at the graph and see that the middle of the circle is right here. So the center is -3, 2. All right, right away you can begin to write the equation, because first we're going to have x, and then we're going to do the opposite of this. So I'm going to put +3 instead of -3 squared. Okay, and then we will have y, and this is a +2, so I'm going to say y -2, all right, because these are always opposites, and then that's going to be squared. All right, now I need the radius, but if this is the center, I can quickly see that from the center out to the circle, that's 3 units. So the radius is 3. Now this has to be the radius squared. This has to be 3 squared. So that's why this is going to be 9. Okay, great. So let's do that again. All right, the center is going to be right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is definitely the center. So the center is 5, -2. 5, -2. Right away I can write the first half of the equation. I will have x minus 5 squared. All right, do the opposite sign. Plus, and I will have y plus 2 squared. Again, I do the opposite sign. Well, you saw me counting 1, 2, 3, 4. So the radius is 4, which means right here will be 16, because this has to be the radius squared. Okay, easy peasy, all right? Easiest homework ever. All right, it looks like the center is going to be right here, but let me do some counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that's the center, and by the way, all that counting reveals to me that the radius is 6. The center is at -2, 0. -2, 0. So, I can write the equation. I will have x plus 2 squared, all right, you do the opposite sign, and then plus y squared. Don't put y minus 0, just put y squared. And this is going to equal 36 because it has to be the radius squared, and 6 squared is 36. Okay. So now I've got the points 1, 3, 1, 3, and 9, 3, 9, 3. All right, these are the endpoints of the diameter of the circle. So you have to know what diameter means. All right, I kind of wanted that to be a different color. Let's do green. Okay, that is my diameter. The diameter passes through the center of the circle. So that means the center of the circle has to be right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's the center of the circle. Which, by the way, means that the center of the circle is 5, 3. Okay, 5, 3. Which right away allows me to begin the equation. So x minus 5 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals, all right? I'm just doing the opposite of that and the opposite of that. All I need is the radius. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. The radius is 4, which means right here I have 16, because this is the radius squared. So all that's left is to finish graphing the circle. So if I go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and if I go down 4, all right, then these 4 points should all be on the circle. So now I can go ahead and graph the circle. Whoops. I guess guess I gotta just go like this. Okay, and there's my circle. All right, we are down to the last problem. A circle has a center of -4, 2. So -4, 2 is right there. And it's tangent to the vertical line x equals 1. Graph the circle, yada, yada, yada. All right, well, they gave me the center. So the equation will begin x plus 4 squared. All right, I'm just doing the opposite of that. Plus y minus 2 squared. All right, I'm doing the opposite of that. Equals. Okay, now they're talking about this vertical line, x equals 1. Okay, so a vertical line at 1. Wait, I lost my line. Let me try that again. Okay, so here's my vertical line, x equals 1. Now, it says that this vertical line is tangent to the circle. So if this is a center and this is a tangent, then that means that this would be the point of tangency. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the radius is 5. Okay, it'll be more clear as I draw the rest of the circle. So if I go up 5, okay, so that should be here. If I go down 5, that should be here. And if I go left 5, that should be here. So as I draw the circle, you'll see how the circle is in fact tangent to the green line. Okay, so you can see this vertical line is just touching the circle at a single point, which makes it a tangent. All right, I feel like changing this to pink. And that's it. Wait, I forgot one small thing. I didn't finish the equation. This must be 25, because the radius squared. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Go ahead and click here in the red apple to watch the next video. Click in the green apple to subscribe, or click the yellow apple for the full playlist.